Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today it is a bitter 50 degrees in southwest Florida. I am absolutely chilled out, but today we're going to cook a picanha, but we're going to cook it just like a brisket. This is also called brisket for two. Stay tuned. So what is picanha? Picanha is also known in the United States as cruet top round cap. It is a triangular-ish type shape that comes off the top sirloin of the animal. It's really commonly used in Brazilian cooking, like steaks. And a lot of people cut them into individual steaks going with the grain. They cut them against the grain, put them on skewers and slice them really thin. You can cook them a bunch of ways with just regular salt. But today we're going to be cooking them on the big green egg behind me on the left. We're going to cook them with post oak. And we're going to be using, for our seasoning rubs, we're going to be using Fire and Smoke's brisket rub. We're going to follow that with a little bit of Lowry's, and we're going to be using that W sauce for a binder. Let's go rock and roll. We're going to cut this out of the pack. Try to keep that purge in the pack. Pat it dry. Alright, what we're going to do on the meat side is we're going to go ahead and hack off some of this gristle right the way across. I love the smell of picanha. It smells different than any other piece of meat. We're just going to kind of remove the silver skin. Going to kind of get that big fatty clump off the center. We're literally going to treat this just like we treat a brisket. Any clumps we see. Now remember one thing, the fat on these picanhas is very slippy. So you have to be a little bit extra careful. I'm going to get that silver skin off where there's a good with that. I'm not too worried about this little extra stuff. Kind of going to get anything that I'm going to take it off just to try and level it. Like I say, picanha is slippier than any other bit of meat you can cut. I don't know why that is. But it just is. Right, we did get it off. Now we're going to rotate this around the other side, making sure we're clean on that side. I'm happy with that. Go with the grain. Smells phenomenal. Now we're going to kind of round this off like we would a brisket. Do the rock. The rock is for smooth edges. That's nice and smooth. I'm happy with that. A little bit protected. Over here is a little bit fat. Yet again, we're going to round off the corners. Over here is kind of rounded. I'm not worried about that. We've got a little hump of fat right here. We're only trying to get this smooth so it lays flat down in the pit. See, that's why you wear a cut glove. That would have been a trip to the emergency. You just saw that. We're getting it nice and round. This is going on an egg at 250. Let's go ahead and get her seasoned. We have our picanha nicely trimmed. We've got a nice protective fat layer for this cook. We're going to treat this just like a brisket. We're going to go in with that W sauce. America's Worcestershire. It is the best in the West. This is going to be our side down. Actually, see a little bit I wanted to trim. We'll actually put that over there on the end to protect this bare bit. Right, we got that. We're good to go, right. So the very first thing we're going to knock down is we're going to plop that W sauce on it. Next thing we're going to go in with is we're going to go in with Fire and Smokes. This is their 6 corners brisket rub. This stuff is phenomenal. It's a pepper heavy Texas style rub. Next thing we're going to go in with is we're going to go in with traditional Lowry's on both sides. Just a little whack, nothing too crazy. Rotate the sides as we're kind of flipping this. We're going to kind of mop up our sides a little bit. We're going to give it a rotate. This is going to be our little rip up hiccup. It's fine, we're going to keep rolling. W sauce, legendary in the barbecue world. Back on with that 6 corners. Press it down, we don't rubber rub. We're going to kind of hit the corners. This is a really nice brisket. We're going to kind of mop up that corner with this. And I am happy with that. Now, as you can see, this corner unfortunately has no fat cap. We're going to be a little bit more protective of this. We are going to actually foil this down about a couple hours into the cook to make sure that it is going to stay nice and hydrated and we won't have any burnt dry corner. Let's go ahead and fire up the pit. Time to go ahead and place the picanha onto the smoker. Bunch it up. So that's the way it's going to cook. Alright, we are looking pretty good. The bark has definitely set. We're starting to render some fat out of this thing, as you can see. Let's take a feel. The fat on the back side is starting to render. It's starting to look really, really good. We're going to keep on cooking this, a little bit more color, and we should be time to wrap. If you're opening it, why not just go ahead and let it have it. We are now sitting at 142, almost 143 degrees. The color on the picanha is nice, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it. Alright, through the gorgeous miracle of time, we have reached our wrap point. Briskets, the picanha is starting to get jiggly, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to foil boat this. Flip that back around. Foil boating is actually, you roll the boat out and you can just kind of roll. It smells so good. Now we're going to dump a whole bunch of tallow on top of this. We're going to dump all that in there. That's a lot more than we normally put in a brisket. We had some escaping. We put this back on the pit. As you all ladies and gentlemen can see, we have our beautiful foil boat with our tallow. We're going to roll right along to 195 degrees and start checking for tenderness. We also installed our ThermoWorks RFX thermometer. So we have hit 195 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's start checking this puppy for tenderness. Oh, she's jiggly. Definitely not there. Not there. No, we're going to have quite a ways to go on this one still. We're going to go ahead and fold her back up and we'll check her in 5 more degrees. Now, as you can see, we tented that little point up there because she was feeling kind of... Down there's feeling better. Over here's feeling okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Through the miracle of time, the lovely RFX went ahead and told us that we were done. We're going to go ahead and pop that out. This thing smells absolutely ungodly, I'll tell you that. It smells wonderful. We're really, really good looking. Remember, this is the meat side. We're going to go ahead and rotate this so the meat side gets a little bit turned. Oh, that is some tender. Woof. So we're going to go ahead and rotate. This place smells absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. Now we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to put the meat probe back in it. And we want to rest this down to about 140 degrees. Go ahead and stick it right in there. That went in like absolute butter. We see we have a bunch of beef tallows escaped and is now in there. We're going to go ahead, like I said, we're going to rest this down to 140 degrees. This will all barken back up as it's resting. We'll see you in a minute when we slice. Alright, we have some fireworks banging around us, but we're going to try. Some people are doing their grand finales. This is the picanha that we have cooked low and slow, just like a brisket. We're going to see what it looks like. I have literally no idea what this is going to be like. It feels amazing. It feels very, very tender. It's got that jiggle. Let's put a little bit of tallow on it. So we get that briskety kind of look. Now, what way are the... Okay, I see which way they're going. All right. Let's give this thing a cut and see what we get. Wish me luck. Feels very much like a brisket flat. Oh yeah, we got a brisket, all right. A little bit crumbly on this end, which I kind of expected. Smells like a brisket. We might actually flip this over. I like cutting through the fat cap. A little bit crumbly. Now let's give this a try, see what it's like. Oh, that's tender. Give it a little dip in that au jus on the board. Super crumbly. Maybe overcooked it just a little bit. But hey, we eating tacos tomorrow, that's for sure. See? It literally tastes exactly like a brisket. The fat is very, very succulent, well rendered. Wow. Literally brisket flat for two. This is what I like doing with it. A little shredded. This is what I like doing with picanha. Oh. That is just, oh. Wow. I think I might just find my new favorite taco meat. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this. I have literally slightly overcooked this picanha, but I've just discovered a brand new favorite taco meat. Very, very similar to barbacoa. Kind of like a mix between barbacoa and brisket. As you can see, it was fantastic. I'll definitely make this again, but I'm going to shred this from now on. It is way better. You can still cook it the regular steak way, that's fine. You can put it on a skewer and do it the Brazilian, steakhouse way. But what I've just discovered is that was mind-blowing. That little bite you just saw me eat at the end was probably some of the best succulent beef I've ever had. Because that picanha fat is cooked like nothing else on a whole entire cow. We're going to go wrap this up and we're going to chop this up just like they do in the Mexican street tacos. And I'm going to get some cilantro, some red onions, and some cojita cheese for my wife. And we're going to have tacos with this tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great one and stay smoky. I am out.